I'm Andrew, and my topic is about the Mueller report, and I chose it because it was one of the options that were available. Without thinking, Robert Mueller is a government official. He got interviewed several times, and his confessions were made into a 400-page essay. Americans have been fixated on this report, and at this point, it should get a release according to the public. I have three articles from three websites that have three different political views: the New York Times, Fox News, and the BBC. Let's start with the New York Times. Jared, Gerald Nadler is a Democrat in the 10th House of New York in Brooklyn, and he wrote his first article as an opinion piece. The opinion piece is that we Americans are done waiting for the Mueller report. He delivered a consistent tone, and his audience is obviously Congress. This picture shows a turtle with its shell replaced by the Department of Justice symbol. This mainly shows how the White House is taking their sweet time with the Mueller report. Directly attacking Trump, this liberal's opinion shows a strong hatred towards the infamous actions of our current president, and how it should never happen again. The author of the article brings up the Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election, which hasn't been confirmed nor denied since it was brought up, but there are several signs pointing to it. This New York Times opinion piece gets an admirable point across about how the White House, and especially the public, are tired of this drama and waiting for something as overdue as this. The Fox News article comes from Brooke Singman, who is a conservative and speaks to a young adult audience. The topic she covers here includes Trump's reaction to the report on Twitter, and it's mainly delivering a news story. Trump is definitely bashing all the liberals who want to know the truth. He's also bashing the people who want to see his report, because if he has nothing to hide, then wait, why would he be bashing him in the first place? Adams' tweets feel like a personal attack on Trump. It was a real post in the favor of liberals, and it felt he was really supportive of the report. A lot of back and forth tweets show Trump and Adams shift at each other's throats. Both parties were at their necks in the firestorm that resulted with the tweets. Trump says, in his own words, that people treat Mueller as a godlike, giving off some real anger. This article is nothing short of an eye-opener. The tweets here are mentioned just so happen to be some really striking stuff that show both sides of the party. The up-to-date facts, back and forth tweets, and an opening video kept me engaged throughout the whole thing. The speaker is not credited, but it comes from the British Broadcasting Corporation. The article said that the Mueller report should be available by the middle of April. The article itself didn't have much of an emotional tone, rather giving the news to the public as straight as it can be. No bias here, but the humorous graphic shown in the report, shown here, shows who was arrested. It means Trump has officially fired back of those who wrongly accused him. That may be a hollow saying, however, as the Russian involvement has several signs pointing to it. Several other articles from the same source were mentioned throughout the news article. The BBC was probably the only source that brought up previous articles on the subject and listed them. What the third article lacked in bias, it potentially makes up with a corroboration of when we could get the report. All three sources had a different political stance. The New York Times was liberal, Fox News was conservative, and the BBC was entirely neutral. The different viewpoints make it so that Mueller is a god while Trump is a criminal. or even vice versa. The neutral viewpoint has to be my favorite, however, as it doesn't shove a viewpoint down your throat. All the major facts are here, with some of them, such as the president's reaction in explicit detail. Being really appreciated. I have no idea of what they could have cut out. Robert Mueller is just a person who wants to share his vision of the truth. Trump is an empty fascist who claims to have nothing to hide. Whether the bizarre belief that the media wants you to believe, there's no denying that somehow we are all trapped in this vicious cycle and falling for it. And well, in a nutshell, that would be the Mueller report, an ongoing saga that should end sometime later this spring. There are no other comments about this report at the moment of time, and it is subject to change. But for now, the video's over.